Si agayo, Dieu non si agayo. Asi agayo, ayaya ipao. Babonye o. Jayo zwala. La seye chedila. Je na pwe, be no edrutuo, abebe o. La seye chedila. Je na pwe, asi agele loyo. Asi agayo, ayaya ipao. Babonye o. Yenyo te babimu, yenyo te na kongo, yenyo te babimu, yenyo te na kongo, webebe na meja imu, awo abonye o, mo ete aliswe, loyon, mo eba eloe, ya mo eba eloe, mo yanyo sone. Obe abebe o, abebe wa yenyo wa bolu. Apoyeblo, koyon. Apoyeblo. Dodi abuya nyongba ye. Na dodi abuya nyongba ye. Dodi abuya nyongba ide abuya ngba ye. Eda owe, abonye o. Suyo, ayidoli. Suyo abonye o. Suyo ayidoli. Suyo nasi ajayo royo. Ajayo nasi ajayo. Royo nasi ajayo. Ajayo aya bi agonu. Nasi ajayo aya rogodo. Pajediye. Royo pajediye. Pada dudu ebo na pada dudu ebo na mo abi agonu o ayidori abonye o inu de du adigage na pede de mokun o abonye o suyo ayidori wowe suyo sira pawe mi awe wowe kwinawe suyo step away. I don't like a bed. See, I get here. So, I get it. I go. White bear. You swallow up. I get bear. Now, my piano. One day. What? Okay. I do the ammonia. So I read I'm a draw. In that you did it, and I want. Sunday gay amunao. What the real Yosua? What the real about was on the old Daniel? Nothing I know the idea. Don't you do the ammonia? Don't you have where you're by your day, where I'm by here. And away from you. More about your way. More about when you wait. For a body, Brian. Mama, never the giver. Everybody, I don't know. My guess is all. I do the abonye. Asiagele. I get your annual. Kanu. I do the abonye. Suyo. Why you do the abonye? Suyo.
Good afternoon, folks. On the first of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv, right here in this special edition. We want to welcome our viewers and listeners.
yanwana abonye o si adeyo ayeja imuomu adeje ayeja imuomu adeje ayeja imuomu ayeja imuo ayeje bawo wani something here namodwe agbere na agbere todi si agbere no kuania si agbere adeje ya bronyo adeje o waye si wa ronu ayidori abonye o soyo ayidori abonye o soyo na ayidori abonye o soyo ayidori soyo onye zabla demuni onye zabla demuni o ola nyoma gbe epo ebe e momo bimo adeje o kan ni se yo gbewe o no se ba we mu o you agba yon we ye no se de na fon ibo ayeja imua ajiwa o jaba.
Good afternoon, folks. I'm Alfonso Ziensot of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. In this Lpr-Tv special, the President of the Republic of Liberia finally accepts his party nomination today in the West African state of the Republic of Liberia, which is a clear indication that the President will be contesting in 2023. I am Alfonso Zienso here, keeping track of what is happening in Liberia, the political scene. A lot of conversations get going. We'll be getting a reaction from what happens today in Liberia and many more here in this edition of Lpr-Tv special. President George Weah accepts nomination. Let's get a ball rolling right here. Good afternoon. I'm Alfonso Ziensot of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. In this special, today, it is official. The apprehension, the doubt has been put to a rest. The Congress for Democratic Change, the ruling establishment in Liberia, came to a final conclusion after the massive preparation that the President of the Republic of Liberia, unanimous consensus, he was nominated today. He accepted the call of the partisans, his supporters, and it was quite interesting. He spoke the language of his base, went into his what he called colloquial or simple English. What next for the president? That's the executive mansion that has been heavily contested. So far, we know 3%, potentially the number could increase as we know the histories of politics, and the presidency is a heavy crowded field in Liberia. But what it means, seditions from all walks of life inside Liberia, and those that even here chanting and congratulating and supporting their president. But that's not the end of the game. The CDC and the coalition, the president, despite of the fragments in his party, the walking away of Senator Prince Johnson seems to be downplayed in the West African state of the Republic of Liberia, rallied her all over the country. Initially, they pledged or they committed themselves to the 1 million march. Later on, the story, the narrative changed, transitioning at the Antonin Tutman's Stadium, where, fair to mention, significant numbers crowded the stadium to see and witness the president accepting the nominations. Here in the diaspora, there are some high-court seditions also chanting, dressed in their traditional red barrel and blue, still sinking and supporting their president. One of them is Ambassador to Roosevelt Dant of Wisconsin, who is potentially contesting for the seat in his own native land of Nima County. We managed to cut up with him today and he's going to be giving his reactions of the acceptance speech by the President of the Republic of Liberia, George Weah, which we now know will be heading the Congress for Democratic Change, seeking for the second term. Seditions for long has been arguing 12 years loading, 12 years loading. We don't know what's going to be the outcome of that. Let me go right here in the United States, where Ambassador Roosevelt Dant of the Congress for Democratic Change, CDC, he's in his brigadier, the official uniform of CDC. Let me get his instant reaction. We are hoping the CDC chairman or USA, Constant Duopo, is in Liberia. If the internet, if the service allow, or we're going to be bringing her in. So I was in Minnesota during the end of the week. She was nowhere around. She has gone to embrace it. But let me bring in Ambassador Roosevelt down to right here to have a conversation and get his first reaction. What next for the president? Let me bring in Ambassador Roosevelt down. Okay, there you have it. Ambassador Roosevelt Dan is joining me from Wisconsin here. Ambassador Dan, good evening. Just unmute your mic. You have to unmute your mic.
Oh, sorry. Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear.
Thank you so much.
Is it possible, what are you using to, I want us to have an interface to turn that device to give it in the landscape form. Is that possible?
Yeah, I can do that. Let me see.
Yeah, just do that. I don't know, what are you still, are you communicating with the president?
I can do this perfectly. Don't worry about all the questions. I'm here. That's what I'm here. Don't worry. Don't rush me through. Look, we are getting older. You know, they used to say CDC that young people think, but this thing, it getting serious now. So I will take my own time to walk you through any question I'm here to answer. So thank you so much. The only problem is my background is not that too suitable.
I'm focusing on the substance of the conversation. I'm not.
All right. I appreciate that.
Background. I'm okay, Ambassador, thank you for chipping in here. I like Liberia Public Radio. We always like to keep the news fair, proportional, and all of that. Your president becomes official. We can now say the president will be on the ballot. I don't like to go into he will, but today, quite interestingly, I was keeping track of what was unfolding. That was precisely in the 18 minutes 37 seconds when he uttered the call of his partisan that he will be on the ballot. And that was quite interesting. Let me get your reaction.
Well, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity, Mr. Zion Sod. I want to say thank you, Afanso. You are one of the great. When we talk about media guru, you are one of those. So I want to say thank you.
They're not going to stop also ask the how.
Yeah, the question we will answer. We need to
give me here.
I need to appreciate your service in the community in the first place. I need to do that.
Thank you so much.
I need to do that. You don't have to tell me how to appreciate you.
Okay, let's
go. We know what you've been doing for the community. So I need to appreciate that. And I want to say thank you at this time. And those of you who are watching from far and near, this is Ambassador Roosevelt Dan, the man that you have been seeing, singing and crying and everything for President George Weah. Sometimes people call or praise singer. It's good to be a praise singer, you know. If you don't serve somebody, nobody's going to serve you. That's just the reality. If you want to be successful, serve somebody. A best server can be a best leader because you know how you serve somebody. And even if somebody is not serving you, you're still going to do your best. So I want to say thank you. And what the Liberian people witness today, the whole world witness today, there is no doubt. There is no argument. I just want to see anybody who is bringing your argument today, from today, to tell me that President George Weah will not be re-elected. And just give me the reason why you think so. And where we are now, from today, I think opposition trying to remove Roosevelt down now from the ballot or CDC ballot, even in Nima County, but no way. they are amazing, man. So based on what we witnessed today, my president, the man that I cannot even give attention, good attention to my wife for a business, he will be re-elected. You will be re-elected. Because sometimes the time that I'm supposed to be in bed with my wife, I'm on the Facebook talking for him. And this is the time that we all have been waiting for, and the time just came today. President George Manawia will be re-elected, and Ambassador Roosevelt Dan will be the first CDC representative in District Number 8, Nima County. There is no doubt about it. And I mean it, and we're going to do it. You will see it. You will call me right here after the victory to say, Ambassador, now I call to tell you congratulations for your hard work. Because my district is dying. And the only man that can make the face to come out to the public is Ambassador Roosevelt and no other president. And today also, Ambassador Roosevelt was recognized in Senegal as a Lune representative representing CDC in District Number 8.
We will come to that. We're going to find a special time for that.
We will do that. I will appreciate to do that.
We always give people the opportunity unless you don't want to come on. But my focus and emphasis now is on the president's acceptance speech today.
Okay.
I see you in your red beret blue, which is a traditional color.
The man picture is on me. You see it right here? That Joia, President Joia. And we all going blue. You see the shades I'm wearing? It's all going blue. And then the blue. Everything is blue.
Let me see, because let's exhibit this color. Is it a mandate that was given to seditions cross country, across Liberia, wherever they are, go blue, go red, because the president, it is your traditional color of the CDC.
That's our color. That's our color. You don't even have to ask or how to wear this thing. This is blue and red. My shades, I got red shades, I got white shades. Anything on me, sometimes I can just change the way I want it. You see it? Blue shades, not the color. You see me with blue?
Are you concerned your party too is also fragmented than any other political party, which is a common thing within any society when it comes to a heavily contested race here? How concerned are you? The guy from your county, Prince Johnson, is going away. A certain segment of NPP is going away, but the president seems to be so confident. Where this confidence is coming from that you guys are kind of lowering the temperature is not a political threat you feel to the CDC?
Mr. So, I think you're just getting to know Roosevelt down. From the time I started knowing myself, anything that I'm part of, it has never been a failure. I told you the last time I did a call to the people of Nima County to reject Senator Johnson. 2023 that we are in now, October 10th, Senator Johnson will be called a former senator in Nima County. I am saying it on your platform and I mean it.
Where is the candidate?
Our candidate was endorsed today in Senegal. CDC candidate, the man that Nima County I agreed to carry, the man was endorsed today in Senegal. Yes, Senator Johnson will soon be called a former senator.
I'll try to be tracking here and there, but there were a lot of multiple news going on. Who is the individual? Who is the
man? The man have been quiet. So, Mr. So, the man have been quiet, but the man is well known. The man knee is one toe. The man, the hospital, he got 2 big, I don't say clinic, I say hospital. The man got them in Nima County 2 in a Gio Bell. And Prince Johnson have been playing on a man like this, playing gamble with him. And this man, he was a lost child. Joe, we have found this man.
From where?
From Nima County. And people say, oh, Joe, you are picking our heart. This is the man that he had done so much for us, but nobody have been paying attention to the man. He been laying down in the ground here, we don't know. Jefferson Kochi was there, he endorsed the man in Senegal. The man recently met with President George Weah. You go on my page, you will see the man photo there. I posted it. And this Senator Johnson that anybody will say that you'll be discussing, the man will be called the former senator after October 10. I'm telling you. If you believe it, save the plug or save the poll today. I'm telling you. Senator Johnson will be called former senator.
Let's get inside that playbook. How long CDC been working behind this thing? This seems to be a long time plan that is surfacing today.
Okay, that's why you don't know about CDC.
Hold on 1 second. Is that a reason we're saying some high-profile seditions being getting under the throat of Senator Prince Johnson? Is that part of the strategy?
Exactly so. He has been stepping on a lot of people in Nima County. Now with the faith that going with Roosevelt down, even leading Desperate number 8, it's not easy. It's not easy for him. Maybe you don't know that I'm one of the vocal men. When I take the radio station, I don't joke with people. The man hearing my voice, he don't know what to, because I'm the one that was supporting him. Now I say I'm turning against him. You think that small thing will go away? You will see what will happen in Nima County after October 10. You will see it.
Are you saying you supported Senator Prince Johnson in the past?
I did. And I have been supporting throughout. Even with the war crime court issue.
So how the narrative change?
It changed because he continued to play with our country. He mocks the people of our country. So I decided not to go that route with him. Everybody should have their opportunity to vie for position they want. People should have their own way to move. Any political party they want to move. You cannot coerce people in their own native home. That's how I turn against him. And Senator Johnson with me, I owe him. I'm not even going to rest until October 10 they say they made a former senator today. That's it. That's what we're going to do.
Let's turn the camera off. Prince
you want to turn it off?
No, what I'm saying, let's turn it. I'm just speaking the literal word here. Prince Johnson, now you know, I know, it's a political Goliath in your own county, Nima County. It
could be the past. It could be the past glory. We cannot live on past glory anymore.
That's what I want us. That's what I want us to have this conversation here, because and one of the things that he cleverly been doing, and he has positioned himself to do that, which resonate with his people, is when he brings in the war issue in the past. People kind of laying on his side.
They need the wars in.
He is. He's the one that make us gain redemption. Do you think that is about to go downhill, or is it going downhill now?
We have planned to web that on the surface of this height. On the surface of the height, rather. The reason is this. I told the people of Nima County recently in my interview, the entire radio station in Nima County interviewed me on one single radio. They were relayed everywhere. The war that came, it was based on politicians' own interest. It was not based on Nima County interest. And Nima had never benefited anything from the war up to now. They go there for their own service interests. So how can you continue to dwell on past glory because he killed certain President Samuel Kedo and he continued to brag about it?
And that resonated with people though.
And I the one telling the people now that no, we will not live on that. We cannot do it. We will not accept it. The 18 years we gave him is enough for the killing though. Never ever venture in our politics in Nima County. He can't finish. And I mean it.
The CDC disappointed to Prince Johnson action turning their back at the crucial time. Is that?
And we are even telling George we are not to pick up Prince Johnson phone call. Just leaving alone with us. We were in Nima County. The entire leadership in Nima County, they're not in rapport with Senator Johnny. Nobody talking to him. They may crying. All that thing is doing is crying. Even in your own political party, the children that he recommended to President George, they are in power now. The children say they will not going to temper with their position because the man is a sitting senator. They cannot raise their job because their children need to go to school. Their wives need to wear clothes. They need to wear slip. They're not listening to him.
You're not going to be behind them when they go into the ballot box.
Yeah, man, do that thing. We hold you by your word. You can't be public, then you go in the corner. No. If I wear the red barrel and taking Nima County tour everywhere, you think I will go in the corner to do what? God said, looking at me. Senator Johnny will be called former senator. October 10, former senator. If it doesn't happen, don't believe me. Because we, the Nima County youth, young people, we believe that that man is killing our country. We cannot continue to keep him. Trust me.
What it all means now, the president officially, he made it official, not just unto the Liberia, the diplomatic enclave, the world as allied, that he's going to be seeking re-election. I listened to him today. There were a lot of things that he was talking, literally speaking to his base. And that is the core message of all seditions inside Liberia, USA, other parts of the world. They said the president don't know anything. The president turned it into colloquial. If you don't know anything, there's one thing you know, 6 + 6 = 12. That has been the argument of CDC. Now it is official today. What next? What will the president be doing now?
Well, I enjoy the president's speech because, you know, people, they got different perception and different way of thinking about people, you know. There was a man, the people said the man was not educated. After the denying on the foreign ballot, the man said, okay, let me leave. He left and came in the United States. He obtained a master. Just from zero to graduating from high school, continuing to BSc, and also obtaining his master's. The man went back to Liberia. He asked the people, they say, okay, we'll get you the job. Now somebody will come and argue that the man is not qualified again. What kind of qualification you need from this man? The man is overqualified. And now every time when they bring something, the man will just make them weak. The development that this man has carried on in Liberia, no other president have ever. Even if you bring any of them today, they will not do it. Look, the argument now in Nimba County, somebody driving between Segrebi and Ghana, they will say, but they quote that year a year before in our simple Liberian English. They quote that year a year before. Then the people will say, no. Then why am I going again because of Prince Johnson? Why am I going again? They made for Prince Johnson. And you think so? John Weah is overqualified. Look, the measure he gave today, it resonated with the people, and he measures from the 6-year minute team, it resonated with the people. Look at the number of people that came out today. How the people came out?
Okay, like how many people came out on that question? It's good to let the cat out of the bag.
Okay.
You guys said initially it's what 1 million people, right?
Our expectation was 1 million, but today I can tell you we received 2 million people.
Roosevelt, don't do this to me.
Hey man, do you know every part of Liberia, how many people were outside today wearing what I'm wearing?
Why the strategy change? You were going as Samuel Kanyendo Sports Complex, a transition to ATS. How that happened?
The play we selected, we did that because that's the center part of the town. That's where the town started.
Say a wrong calculation on the part of the
No, not now. We didn't want people to be running here and there. We wanted to bring to look. Let me tell you, every town have the historic town, the beginning where everything started. That is central Morovia there. You don't want to go outside of Morovia when we're doing things to cover the entire Liberia.
But why the chairman made such a pronouncement?
About what?
The chairman said about 1 million people who have converged in Morovia, Samuel Kanyendo Sports Complex. Later on, we saw it to 8 years. Okay.
So the number of people you saw, can you give me your estimate? Can you estimate that to me? How many people you think?
I would love to see the raw data.
No, you be sincere to me. I'm your guest. So can you estimate the number of people that you saw on that ATS today that no space were there for even generate those things?
Oh no, but let's see here. The ATS, when we look at the capacity of ATS is not more than 4,000 people, correct? Yes.
I don't know the capacity. I'm asking you. You estimate. Give me your estimate. Give me your estimate.
The capacity of ATS is to 3,000 or 3,500. I'm talking about the official FIFA allowing spectators to enter that page. I just been honest with you.
Listen to me. I'm coming with us. So normal president going to wild game where they will pay for their seat and say, "Don't touch me, oh, I'm a seat here. Don't sit down." It's different than people who are going. They don't care whether they sit down on one another.
Are you confident CDC going to pull this out despite of all of what is happening here?
It will be more than that. I'm not lying to you. The only country we were worrying on at Nimba County, and we're feeling taking Nimba County.
How?
Senator Johnson is not in the picture, and we were defeating. I'm going to tell you.
I wanted to see that. How can you, Senator? And let's be honest here. Incumbent, he's been there for what? 18 years. He has solidified his political grip.
That's our mandate we gave him.
Do I agree with Senator Johnson? Absolutely not on some of the things and how he goes about to play his political game. But I see this guy, he knows it very well. He has brought Jeremiah Cone into the picture, perhaps to get some sort of political backing. But I wouldn't be surprised when CDC gets back at him. He doesn't like the war crime conversation.
No,
now, the president,
no.
1 second, hold on 1 second. The president committed to that. And it's like he's walking out now. The president is like he and the CDC, they are watching him because nobody wants to do with anybody that Uncle Sam has started to this war crime here. And perhaps this conversation is not going on. So I just want to know, you guys are in the walls of CDC. Would there be some sort of political reprisal against Senator Prince Johnson, especially?
No, exactly. I don't think that's where we are going. We are still looking for peace, and we don't want to go that route right now. If that would be, it would be the new leadership that coming. Let me tell you, President George, when he was elected, when the war crime issue started, he gave the Liberian legislature this chance to go into their closet and start the process. He gave them a document to go ahead. Who knows? The new breeze of leadership are going to come. The 55th legislature are going to come. We don't know what will be their decision. So we cannot base whether John will support or you're going to be pushing them. We don't know. But we don't know what they're going to bring to the people of Liberia. We don't know.
You told me you're going to be elected in district.
I don't want to be one or two. Maybe we're going to make a decision. I don't know yet because I'm not yet elected.
Okay, no. Yeah. This is why you politicians, you're quick to flip the cars over here. So let's know your position now on the war crime. You are from Nima County. Do you see this war crime code to come to Liberia? Is that something, if you are elected for district number 8, is that something you're going to support?
Thank you so much for the beautiful question. Let me put my face on it so that maybe you can call it part of people listening to me and listen very well.
Let me feature you right now.
Thank you so much. This is Ambassador Roosevelt, and those of you listening to me, I was one of those who came up with the war crime code argument. My argument was against the war crime code. And I was seeking for reconciliation, peace and reconciliation. But my background is in criminal justice. Reconciliation cannot happen without people who committed the crime. There are 3 people involved. The perpetrator is involved, the victim is involved, and then the community is involved in the peace process. This is what I have been advocating for. But I was not successful to get the perpetrator coming to show remorse for the crime they committed against Liberian people, so that the victim will consider them and they will seek apology from the community so that we can carry on reconciliation. Everything that we started, we failed on it. So at this time, I am going to take the side of requesting the war crime code to come to Liberia so that people who committed this crime and they are refused to show remorse for what they did, they will be prosecuted. If I am elected a representative, I will be the number 1. I'm in the United States. I started the same place where I went before. I wrote letter. I talked to people. I will still go back there and ask those senators in my country, in my state that I talked to before. I'm going to go back to them and ask them to open the argument in Washington, D.C. Put me on record today on this issue. I mean it, and I'm going to do it. If you see me coming back to buy Senator Johnson, because he had refused to show remorse for what he did, he continued to brag about killing certain president. I'm not going to take it from him. And I will be the number 1 person to open the argument against war crime code again. In fact, in favor of war crime code. And I have already started. I told him on the radio the last time. I don't know whether I listened to the radio or not, but maybe somebody will share this video with him. I am one of those who going to. I already started the process right here. I'm on it before I leave. Y'all will see some document in the news before I leave.
So many Senator Prince Johnson should answer the question.
He will answer question because he had never shown remorse and he did not fight on behalf of Nima County people. He was a #1 man who killed Nima Kande citizens in a hijack. 20,000 Nima Kande citizens he killed.
This is astonishing news that you are telling me.
I'm telling you, and not backing down for that. I have been telling him, Nima Kande citizens, they were in bomb mans. Predominantly, they were Manon ethnic group. They went to Prince Johnson with white chicken when he entered bomb mans to appeal to him. He slaughtered all of them in bomb mans. He slaughtered all of them.
Are you saying Nimayans?
Nimbalians. Then, Mr. So, I'm your brother. You see me somewhere, you say, my brother, we brought a code to you to appeal to you. Then I get turned against you. For what reason he killed the people, nobody knows. That's the senator you're saying.
Let's put aside this war story. Let's take the political front. This is the house.
Let's go there. For me, I put him my record together against him now. Because everything that I was speaking against and trying to reverse everything and say we were doing it to keep ourselves on a cover. But where we are now, the men we were talking for, he had refused to even tell the people that I'm sorry.
One thing I trust edition, you can support them for the last 5-6 years, but when things fall apart, everybody moves in the same direction and say, oh, this guy is done something. I'm waiting to see how CDC can put Prince Johnson literally in some sort of zoo to kind of like putting down his political career. I'm waiting to see this new person here. Would the president his presence be felt in Nima County to campaign against Senator Prince Johnson?
Who the president? The new president?
I said the president. Would the president?
The president will go there. The president will go there and campaign. The president will campaign.
Yeah, hold on one second. The last time around, we saw the president and Prince Johnson in an open top or whatever truck, and then they were going. So I'm asking now this time around, would the president go in Nima County, in the backyard of Senator Prince Johnson, the guy who is or claimed to be the godfather of Nima County? Would the president go in Nima County to lift this guy hand? He has lifted many hands in the past, and those hands the voters turned them down. What different would that do this year?
Look, let me tell you, Mr. So, election time, you cannot tell anybody. Everybody go to look for their vote. We see that in the United States. When people are campaigning in the United States, whether it's red state, blue state, you're looking for a vote. You have to take your platform to the people. Whether the senator there, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. Please, I'm coming. Every county in Liberia have CDC structure. And CDC is the sitting president. The superintendent in each of those counties will be hosting the president to go there and campaign. Whether you're senator or not, you cannot stop anybody. No law gave you the right to stop any Liberian from entering anywhere. We should not be building no kind of thing. Don't even give right to Senator Johnny to tell anybody. Because if you do, we can stop him from entering into our own town. He cannot campaign there.
Let me ask you, what are CDC's on? Do you think CDC deserve 6 more years?
Yes. Yes.
Did it live the pro-poor agenda? Do you think it was properly executed? People are still in poverty. And one of the bizarre things that I found in the Liberian politicians, unlike the Westerner, they don't even admit of wrong. The opposition does that. The government does that. They don't even acknowledge to say, yes, they are difficult time. We fall short of X, Y, Z to apologize. I didn't hear that coming from the president. It has never happened with the opposition. Everything from the side of government is wrong. I think that's been very disingenuous. You guys always speak in this tone of political correctness.
No.
I didn't hear the president admitting anything of such today. Can you prove me wrong?
I don't think the president has done anything wrong to anybody in Liberia to apologize for that.
But the challenges facing the country. You
don't have to apologize for that. The challenge that we are going through right now is a worldwide issue due to the I'm coming, Mr. So due to the COVID-19 pandemic that took over everywhere. This man was sworn into office in 2018.
Ambassador down.
In 2019, this whole war was disrupted. The whole war. And even in the United States, why are we benefited yet? Nothing going on in the United States. We completely zero.
You guys speak.
So listen, I'm coming with us. So you cannot blame that on the president. He has done so much with a month and also through this kind of challenges that you're going through.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. You as a Liberian, you here, you feel the pain. I feel the pain. Family members call, friends call because of, do you think there's a challenge in Liberia?
It is, but people don't know. Our people,
what could you think is some of the challenges facing the country?
That's what I told you. The COVID-19 that came, it wiped away a lot of things.
Exactly.
A lot of people were afraid to go and open their businesses, and everything that we were seeing coming up, we saw it going down. We saw it going down, and everywhere. That's a worldwide issue. The problem we have in Liberia is, Liberian right now, we need to be strong. We cannot be lazy.
How?
To depend on everything that government will come and put it in our pocket.
Like what?
No. Have you seen my agriculture plan for district number 8?
No, let's talk about the government.
No, listen. Have you seen my agriculture plan for district number 8?
I will go with you when you rather go campaign to see it for myself.
No, you can visit my website. Go to www.rooseveltdown.com. Go there.
I like to see something physical for myself. Or maybe
it's there. The thing is there. I got a hard copy, but we'll start reading the soft copy first before we get to on the ground.
Okay, send me that. But let's dwell on.
No, I don't understand you. Visit www.rooseveltdown.com. Okay, that's the website I'm giving you. My platform is there.
Okay, let's bring the conversation home.
Okay.
Government. You say people rely on government. They should do things. What are some of the things? What are the things government is doing?
Okay, what we want now to happen is to get back to the soil. When I was living in Nimakande,
is that a president agenda? I have to do this to interrupt. Is that a president agenda you're talking, or are you talking about your own?
It is. He has been talking about it. And all we need to do, listen to me, all we need to do is to empower the people. That's simple.
How?
When I was living on a farm, I used to make farm. I never used to buy food.
What?
My rice will lay in the kitchen until we start harvesting another new rice.
Which year are you talking about?
It was between, let me just say from 2000 all the way to 2003. That's the time, 2004, I left the village to travel to Monrovia. Between there, I was making my own farm.
So from that time to this time here, do you think there's a huge change in the happenings in the country?
Yes.
So who do you think will drive this agenda? And how? And the reason I'm asking that, only one politician that been able to drive this agenda of the country feeling herself, not relying on China or Pablo. It was the late Samuel Doe who launched the Green Revolution. You remember that? Ministers, directors, officials of government, they were all compelled when there's an agriculture break or recess, they got to go back because he was doing that. Since then, no president has intended or even to build on that, and where we fell short on that. That has not happened. How are you going to tell people to go back to their place to do that? Is the government giving some sort of a subsidy to people? The president said, remember, there were going to be how many $1 million money, something like that, going to be launched to empower small businesses? That has not happened. So
let me just come in quickly. The reason I told you is we need to empower the farmer. As I am sitting here, I am sponsoring a farming group in my district. Very large group. They're planning their own food.
What happens to those in my own grandchildren? Who's going to empower them? I should do that?
No, we have to talk to the leadership. That's why people like Roosevelt down, they want to get, because if people like Roosevelt down, other people outside seeing, giving subsidy to farmer, because I will advocate for it. Even if the president is not willing to do, I will advocate for my people. And when other people are seeing those things happening, they will do it. Agriculture bread, you the representative, what are you doing in Monrovia? You're now with your people on the farm. Where is your farm? Where is your farm?
Let's take a quick break. Where is your farm? And get a glass of water. Ambassador Roosevelt Dan joining me from the Working Center. Strong seditions also in the raid for District number 8 in Nima County. I am Afonso Z, and so I will be right back.
fabric queen of a Woodland. Everyone that's looking for a nice African for wedding, whatever fabric you need, you can just come over here. You have all this nice stuff. If you need a Ashebi, you know, you guys can come over here for baby shower, for wedding. You guys are welcome. She have really nice stuff. You can see all over there, all those men over here. You don't have to go to the theater and then they're going to be telling you all kind of stories. You can just come here. They're already made. And for ladies, you can just look for whatever fabric you're looking for and match it for the men. And, you know, your husband already have a shirt made. You can get stuff for your kids. You can get stuff for the whole family. We have African slippers and Ashobi hand ties all over. We have different kinds of lists and everything. So you guys are welcome, okay? It's really nice. It's Fabric Queen on 6695 off of Woodland. 6625 Woodland Avenue, okay? So you guys are welcome, 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 welcome. You have nice stuff here for ladies, for men, for kids, and for everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Fabric Queen of Philadelphia. Fabric Queen of Philadelphia is 100% African-owned business. At Fabric Queen, we are specialized in high-quality wax product, Swiss lace, jewelry, and beauty products that will make you shine like the queen of fabrics. We are located at 6625 on Woodland Avenue, 10 Philadelphia. Telephone number 215-800-0228. Tell the management of Fabrics Queens in Philadelphia is easy and salt of the Liberia Public Radio gives you this message. Tell all Akwaba. Well, I'm Afonso and Swords of the Liberia Public Radio, taking a profile of the acceptance speech and talking to seditions right here in the USA. There seems to be in jubilation. The thing is all world, despite of one of their ally starving in the back, it seems not to be to nothing. The president spoke in code language today, speaking to his base. They say, and I know book. That's why you're following me. But we got to prove them wrong. 6 + 6 = 12. He didn't flip the coin like the other artists. 1 + 1 = 1. Ambassador to Roosevelt Dine is here making the case that all is well with CDC. Yet, they are not even admitting the challenges being faced in the country and how they can improve or enhance on these challenges. And as a matter of fact, it's not only the ruling establishment. The opposition on the other end, when they take the airwaves, nothing is good. That's the disingenuous aspects of politicians in Africa or third world country. Unlike the Westerners, they admit, they apologize. Our politicians are unapologetic of their actions. And for the most part, they are supported in alignment with them. Ambassador Roosevelt Dan is here. I want you to listen to this because this conventional wisdom continues to be defied. When they say it, nothing comes out of it. No action is taken. I want to take you back here. There was a line, someone who said we're going to fire a rake of mandamus because the president was making some. And I just managed to hear that the president just released a new one. As a matter of fact, he got a good voice here. Let's listen to this and we will continue.
I will be dancing, I will be dancing. I know that music.
Talk. I'm Mr. B, I'm Mr. C. Only you can know. I'm Mr. B, I'm Mr. C. Attention. Come on, Rastafari. Yeah, me know. The youth then are the real revolutionary. Attention. Yeah, me know. They are coming again.
This is quite interesting. They are coming again. That's the president. And just to validate my argument, lawyers, other people in the advocacy community, they challenge the president, defy the president that when this happens, they're going to take some legal action. They talk and talk. They don't follow their talk. Their talk does not in any way impact me now, not everybody. And that's why I don't trust and love doing business with even politicians, not to mention the lawyer. There was Arthur Johnson, courtesy of some of our sister network televisions when he was signing their loans. I'm Alfonso Zienso.
That they should do based on the official capacity of the office that they represent. And so this will be the step that some of us will be taking for history to record these things. But the president has to be aware. People around the president need to tell the president that things are not well. The country is degenerating. There are serious fundamental problems. Reader of political science will detect and understand from the by-elections or the recent elections to know that the people have problems with the government and that there is a need for reinventing the wheels and the machineries of political governance.
So you want for him to focus on the economy and stop thinking?
Focus on the economy. Those conditions that will be improved for people to achieve as opportunity. Because when socially approved goals are lacking, when the conventional means of acquiring socially approved goals are lacking, individuals make use of opportunities and engage in antisocial tendencies.
So as
a result, society suffers from anarchy.
So Councillor Johnson, how soon will you file the petition for Area Mandamos?
I am saying if the president does not desist, and to focus, to take some tangible steps, calling for reconciliation, calling for experts, policy makers to all Liberian conference and consultations to discuss and identify the problems of Liberia and sincerely see how to move forward in approaching these dynamics and problems. Obviously, then some of us will have to be compelled to use the legal means to ask the Supreme Court to determine as to whether or not the president, the issuance of the writ of mandamus cannot lie against the president, who is indeed clothed with the authority to move the state as a principal action unit, but at the same time is focusing on singing songs because look, singing songs is
This is quite interesting. They say they don't do it, they don't follow through. I believe this is the second or third song since he Arthur Johnson here. So we just try to keep them on record to make it proportional here. It appears that the president going to be all out to do that. Is there any political threat from the opposition? Is the president factoring in opposition? One of your strongholds, you were heavily defeated. I'm not sure whether you have solidified that base in Moserado County. Do you think the dust is settled? That massive defeat you had the last time?
So, Mr. So you still believe that Moserado County is still in the hands of the opposition?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just asking. I would say
because we don't worry about Moserado County. The reason we saw that thing happening, the president had just took over the country.
Come on.
And the expectation of people were so high that President Ray would just grab one man and say, get in the airplane here, like your own thing here, carry it. The man would say, get my man, come here, yeah, your own horse here, yeah, key here, get in the horse, that you and your family, the expectation was so high.
But
so at this point, I don't get much time here now. I'm going to get 5 more minutes to complete it 1 hour. Let me just end my story quick. Because so at that point where people expectations are high, man, it's not easy. They can do everything to bring you down. Because they think that you will just enter one man hall and say, hey, y'all bring a paper lawyer with rest, that the man and children be eating. That maybe they were thinking like that. But that was not the case. The case was, how can your child go to school where you know how to even think about why your fee when your turn is coming? Whether you're working or not, you don't have to be worrying whether your child will get out high school people. That's what they go. The road that you're driving on to go to market or go to work, how can that road be paid? That was the concern of sedition. That was what the president was thinking about. And not your horse before with bag of red where people will get daybreak, people eating all night eating. So when the expectations were not met, according to them, teams started falling apart. People thought they were disappointed. But now the reality has set in. It's, oh, the president did not just kind of be putting beggar rest in our houses. But this man came for purpose. The purpose is, my child no longer ask me for tuition. My child no longer ask me for wire fee. And when I am driving from my house to the place here, road are paid. Things are going. So we will not continue to be talking things that not matter to this thing. Let me tell you, in Nima County, the county that have benefited most in the government of Nima County, let me tell you, I will need about 17 projects that Georgia is carrying on in Nima County on your platform before I close. If you give me the opportunity, I will do that.
Let's hear you.
I will do it so our people will know. Because people who call and say they big hands, they just there making noise. People who do not have the opportunity to get the radio, they listen to them. But don't think that they don't tell the people that the president has done this, the president has done that in our community. So, George, we have project in Nima County. I can tell you,
how that's
more than 17 projects.
It's
also the one that I capture. I will just need at least 17 to you. Quick, I will do it in less than a second. I will read one project quick.
Is that let's get it right? Is it the government's project or George Weah project? I found
it's a government project, but the man who driving the ship that we're talking about, the captain of the ship is George Weah, nobody else. So if they're chasing the man that will be held responsible is George Weah.
Okay, it's getting
the man that will be praised will be George Weah, nobody else. So the project belongs to him. Let me go quickly. Mr. George Weah project in Nima County. The first project is the construction of Duka, I call it Domba Town Clinic in Doro Administrative District. Number 2, George Weah, the completions of the newly constructed market in Gantor. He constructed market building in Gantor that our sisters and our mothers, they are selling in right now. Nobody will deny that there is no market building in Gantor that George Weah went there and turn it over to the people of Nima County. They know about it. Number 3, the constructions of the morning school in Bansete. Nobody will say that George Weah is not building a school, the morning school right now in Ban. Number 4, the electrification of Bansede. Nobody from Nima County will tell me that Bansede is not electrified today. Anybody call them, send them to me. Send them to me. Number 5, the constructions of the Ganda to Senikole Road. If anybody from Nima County tell you that no quota is between Segrepi, in fact, Senikole and Ganda, call that person and refer them to me. They know. They don't want to talk about it. They know about that. Number 6, the construction of Senikole to Lokwato Road. When I say road, the quota round, I say yellow machines will just go past around. I'm talking about paved road quota. That when you ride your motorbike, you can put your 2 hands on your head and be riding. That's what I'm talking about. Nima Kande, not different Kande. I will not lie on my own Kande to gain political point. I will not do that. God forbid, I will not do that. Number 7, rather, the constructions of Ganto to Secretary Road. That one, that's a play. My clinic is sitting now right on the road. My town is on that road. If anybody come on there and say, Kota not on that road, going to Secretary, you must come by to me here. Number 8, the beginning of the construction of Secretary to Tabata Road. If anybody from that end and say, from Secretary going, road construction not on the way right now going, department, you must refer them to me. Number 8. Number 9, rather, the constructions of Blewale to Blodiala Road. If anybody from that end, if they can come here and say road construction is not going there, you must refer them to me because I will take them there. Number 10, the constructions of Creek or Queen Creek Bridge in Babli Town. If anybody from there, they say they have big road, a river over there, they call Queen River. The bridge that over here is not constructed, refer them to me. Number 11, the construction of various roads in District Number 5 by government and IFA. Go all the way to Prince Johnson area. The road construction there are social government and the company they call IFA doing it. Now go quickly. Number 11, the beginning of Ganta City Hall construction. Ganta City City Hall construction has started. The road is going on. They build, in fact, they're building the City Hall. Morning City Hall in Ganto for the people of Nima County. Number 13, making Nima County University to be a full BSc conference or institution. George Weah have made the community college that we have in Senegal a conference university BSc. Now our children can obtain their BSc in Nima County before even leaving out or stepping out from that place. Now go number 14. The payment of wire fees. Hold on for me, we almost done with that thing. The payment of wire fees and retortions of university fees in Senegal University. Number 15, giving food to Muslims and Christians during every Ramadan and Christmas Day. That job we are seeing there. The man is humanitarian. He never pick and choose. That's why he been doing. 1 minute. I'm only going to finish that thing quick so we can get on our discussion. 16, the road from Okample to Yaoundé. Construction is going on right now. Call anybody from the border there, the African border. If what I'm saying is that no road construction is going to Kample, let them come to me and say, I'm by the dying lying. Number 17, but not the last, not the least. I will call more. The road from Yikepa to Blolewi construction as well. Let me tell you, Yikepa existed a long time. The people were extracting the iron ore from that place. They never built quota. Now Georgia is putting quota from Senegal to Yikepa right there.
Okay.
And Georgia has also erected pro homes. Pro housing in Nima County. That one making 18 project for Georgia in Nima County. So anybody from Nima County listen to Senator Johnson and say Georgia has not done something. Georgia has not done something. You lie. Senator Johnson will be booted out. Come October 10. We will do it, and we are working on it.
Listen to me now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think I'm getting call here. Does the CDC people here? Let's see. I think Madam Constant Duopo is the chair of the CDC. She's in Liberia. I mean, just get her from here. Hopefully, I will be able to. Good evening, Madam Duopo. Are you there? Hello. All right. I think the internet service is challenging. I try to. Okay. So, my goodness, CDC is I don't know what kind of party it is, but so Ambassador Dan, I kind of found it Cattle Tie, good afternoon, guy, welcome. Distinguish these things here because we've been hearing then government George Weah. These projects, he said George Weah, are they self-funded projects by the president himself, or is it a taxpayer money that has been used for the government to execute their responsibilities? How we get the understanding of government initiatives, the responsibility of a national government to its citizens, building a school, building a pond, doing this, doing that? You're talking about people feeding people now. Are these projects? They are now legislative thing. Anybody comes there, those things they can. If I get elected as a president, executive ordinance can carry those things there. So are these funding, these projects, are they funded by the president himself or the government or the people of Liberia taxpayer money?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, and thank you.
Hold on 1 second. I will bring you in, Keto. Sorry, Ambassador Dan. I'm asking, Ambassador Dan.
Yeah, 1 minute. Let me make a correction. I think I'm reading the comments. It looks like I missed one of the town name with another town name.
You quite enough. You want to something yet?
No. I just want to make the correction. People who will watch it later so they will know. It looks like I said Domba. There is not Domba. The town is Dokpo town. It's in Bui and Doro. I'm sorry, those of you from Dombala said it. There is a new clinic, constructed clinic, new brand new clinic.
Go to my question quickly before I break in Keto.
All right, what is the question?
I'm a little bit confused here. These projects you're talking about and all of that, are they projects funded by the government of Liberia, or is it the president's self project for which is always say George Weah? I kind of a little bit confused.
No, Mr. So I told you these projects are government funded projects, but the man who is the captain of the ship is President George Weah. Who can we get credit to when he's not in the seat? Who will go there? Who the government that will go there to do those things? You know how many government are existed in the country and our people never got in no thing? Who can we get credit to?
So is it right? What they are doing, do you think is right? If
It's right. The man is the captain of the ship. He is the one driving. He's the one piloting the plane.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me bring in Wharton Carter is our contributor. He's a
why you don't hold me here, man? 1 hour finish, I need to go do my WhatsApp.
Okay. Okay. Make your fair enough. 1 minute, so we'll let you go.
Let me make my closing statement. I will still be watching the show, but I need to leave. And we don't have time. Y'all feel again. Guys, I want to say thank you. Let me welcome my brother, Wharton Carter. Thank you so much for joining this conversation. I'll be watching. Maybe I will come on later on because I had to be somewhere. So I want to say thank you. Those of you listening to me, we want to say thank you for the president. The president re-election is a must based on what he has done in this country. Some of you don't know, even according to what I just named to you, some people in Nimakane, they don't even know. But when they have our ambassador down, I will go from time to time and tell them, this is what we get here. That man gave us this thing. Even people coming, they don't talk about, but I will tell them. The re-election of President George Weah is a must. We have to do it. And I want to say thank you. The speed today will come up. They say we are not educated, but this thing we will do it. You bring your paper, we read it. The one you don't understand, go sit down. The people that can understand, they will understand us. What we need to do is to build our country. Liberia 170, I don't know, 75 or 74. We still let that. I beg you, man. We need to move up. Thank you so much, Mr. Joe, for giving me the opportunity. And before I close, I'd say this is the warning shot to Prince Johnson. He will be called the former senator, October 10th. You're telling that Ambassador Dan is in the race. Because this is the man who was fighting for you. He thought he's going to change. But he still say he's strong. Now, we are coming for you. We're not going to kill you. We're not coming to hurt you. But democratically, he will be removed and defeated by CDC in Nimakande. So I want to say thank you.
You're echoing the
Brother Dan, before you go, can you just send me that list? That list that you read.
I will do it. I will do it, my brother. Just send me here on my messenger. Just say hi, then I can pick you from there.
You can share list. You get on.
If you just using one phone, I will do it. I will do it later. Any CDJ I want to list, I will give it to them so they can preach the argument. That's clear. And then we will take you to the place that you see what I'm talking about. Thank you, Mr. Shaw.
Is he a CDJ?
Oh, you sit down there and wait and waste your time. You will see who them behind the scene.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so Wharton Carter is a pro-government supporter, GOL. Carter, let's do the few minutes before we go here. But let's play this here, then we're going to get your reaction here. Let's see here.
See a second mandate from the Liberian people to continue the good work of my hands and to complete our unfinished but imperative agenda. I'm sure that they will respond positively to our quest. After all, they did this once based on our promise of change for hope. I'm sure that they will have even more reason to do so now that they have seen the change that you can depend on. My fellow
okay, Carter, let's have the few minutes push yet to go. You are a pro-government supporter, correct?
Sure.
Do you have a chance to listen to the president today?
Yes.
Let's profile his message, his acceptance speech. Let's look at a good part of it first. What you observed was the good part of that speech.
Well, I think every part of the speech was good. especially when he spoke colloquy. He had a crowd. He was riding the crowd up, his base up, and the people accepted him. He told them he said, they said we know nothing. And you guys know nothing because you follow me who don't know nothing. But I want to ask you people, I want to ask you a question, and it's a mathematical question. 6 years plus 6 years, everybody went 12 years. And it resonated among the people. I think when you listen to his speech, he also cataloged some of the things that he's been doing for the past 5 years with the meager resources that he has. He's been doing a lot. He laid those stuff up. And he also acknowledged other political parties that collaborate with the Congress for Democratic Change. The news that been going around that those parties, did not sign any agreement, and it was not involved, and all this stuff, everything was laid to rest. Overall, the momentum, the amount of people, and I heard you when you were on the show, when you were conducting the show earlier, you said you asked a question, and somebody went back and forth whether that crowd was equivalent to 1 million in Monrovia. I don't think we got that information right from the chairman. I think he was saying they were going to do a 1 million march, the endorsement within Liberia, and you could see simultaneously in all 15 counties there were people all over that were doing it simultaneously to have this president endorsed as the standard bearer of the party moving forward to 2023. It's not just Monrovia. I think Monrovia is a little over 1 million or maybe 1 million inhabitants. So it's impossible for
you are
the
the
CDC.
fixer. You are the fixer now, more or less, Marcot Cohen, Donald Trump, Marcot Cohen. I'm not saying you are Marcot Cohen, but you are here fixing the world because you are pro-government supporters. Do you think that was a slip of tongue on the part of the organizer to what they have said? Because we saw them moving from as SKD to this, which I really don't have any problem with, but their expectations, they exceeded expectations, and they make these sort of predictions, and at the end of the day, political correctness. Do you think, and we have said this here before, do you think they could have deployed this strategy of decentralizing it and maybe divided the country into a zone for the effective running, and also to just kind of like have it widespread like it was done at lives? Do you think
I think that's exactly what
relative to in doing their stuff instead of emotions allow them to make quick and prompt public announcements?
Well, I think the news media had it a little bit different, and I think that was the intent of this rally today. Yeah, because I'm quoting directly from what the chairman said and what other scholars of the party said, that they were going to have a 1 million man endorsement and for the president in the country. So people only attributed that to Monrovia, knowing the fact that we got maybe a little over or maybe 1 million people, and you have opposition and others. So it would not be 1 million people, coming together in Monrovia to endorse the president. I think he was saying 1 million people in total in the entire country, and that number even exceeded if you were considering all of the different counties and even abroad. We saw it for the first time in the history of our country to see a sitting president. This is the first time. This had never happened in Liberia before. And I don't even want to say, maybe I'm wrong. I could be corrected. No. In my lifetime, I've never ever seen such endorsement of a presidential candidate so vast. The city was locked down, and then the counties simultaneously did the same thing. You saw Vonjima, you saw Banga, we saw Grenjida or Zredru. We saw all over the place. Then we saw in the diaspora what happened here. So in Europe.
Okay, so you are pro-government supporter. That does not necessarily suggest that you are seditious. I could be wrong, but that's how I honor stand it to be. What was lacking in that president's message? And I was talking to Ambassador down here, and you are here in the West. You know, politicians, be it government, oppositions, or politicians, naturally, sometimes, for the most part, they acknowledge the challenges faced and they admit and tell their people. I didn't hear that from the president. So was there anything specific you think the president would have mentioned that wasn't mentioned? But I did hear you saying everything's good. So this whole year, if we were to kind of like do a little bit profiling, where you think the president or the government fell below the belt? Nothing?
Brother Alfonso, this the thing. This message has been going around for a very long time. The government has been saying it has not been an easy road. I mean, it has not been 100%. Not everything in Liberia is roses. Not everything about this government is milk and honey. They have been saying it. It's not where the president got to come and reiterate it at the.
He is the chief executive. He is asking for 6 more year trend. Why can't he tell us? Why can't the government tell us? Look, this is where we have made progress, and this is where we fell below the belt. But we are asking for your 6-year term, and at the end of that term, perhaps we can conclude, or we can, I finish that. But they don't. Everything they just, not only the government, the opposition. You will hear them when they try to react to government position, they will say everything wrong. I just see that to be very disingenuous to say everything.
Yeah, but if you look at over the years, where I mean, what the people in authority, those responsible, have been coming on the different radio stations. They've been talking about the challenges the government face. They have not just been saying everything is roses in Liberia. They said it over and again. They said it. This is a rally. This was a rally to put the president out there. The president will not go there to tell the people, say, look, we have been struggling. It's not about him to come and say it's easy. It's about him saying, look, we will make it. We're doing it. We are doing it. And what he said, the challenges are there. It's not something that you and I don't see. We see the challenges. But is he making progress to change the status quo? Yes. That's what he's doing. So I think the president's speech was great.
So if I'm hearing from you, we should get used to these political rhetorics, political correctness on the part of politicians, that when they come in, they're not going to wash their dirty clothes out, correct?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. What I am saying here is, it is not new that this president, have not said, or his government official have not come out to say the challenges government has. Everybody, we know, you and I know, the government has been saying they have been faced with a lot of challenges. They said it over and again. They even mentioned COVID-19 being one of the factors that caused them not to do as much as they could. But again, the people went over there to endorse this president. The president told them exactly what he has been doing and what he's going to do if they give him additional 6 years. What he's going to do, and moving forward. So it's not that to come back again and cry to the people about the challenges there. The challenges are there. We see it's glaring. What can we do to fix those challenges? That's what the president asked the people for, and the people say, look, you are the only person we know mitigate or can fix these problems. You are the only person that we have seen in 100 and some more years that will come in less than 5 years to do as much as you have done. I mean, the president. So we've been on the network for quite a while. We have seen people come, people spoke, they said exactly what was there. Maybe some of us play blind eyes to those things. They even said what they have achieved. We play blind eyes to those things. Last night we were on this platform when I said, when the ugly person said, I find in the night, day can break. And nobody proved me wrong, because today we saw day broke, how the people came up in the droves. When some people said there will not even be 25,000 people, ATS takes around the field. The field takes 10,000. Not the field itself. 10,000. That place was jam-packed over capacity. Plus, the field itself was jam-packed. You're talking about outside from the road along going all the way to Broad Street was jam-packed. You're talking about the side going from the barrier, jam-packed, all the way going to the executive mansion. We're talking about everywhere we're packed. So if we put all those numbers together, a great multitude of people came out to support this president.
So what is happening and how do you feel, or other folks, if you are talk to anybody, the turnout today countrywide, is that equivalent to a winning number you think comes 2023? Are
Well,
those
one thing
people necessary? Are those people necessarily be the voters of the president? Is that the case? Is that how you understand it to be?
I know, CDC is not a complacent political institution. I think they work hard, they earn the stripes. I think CDC is not just looking at that number to say that's the number we're depending on to win. CDC is looking or going out to work from door to door, consulting the people, asking them to go out and do their registration to vote. And look, you can't just look at that number and say, oh, that number will give us the victory. No, the number, anybody could be in that number. Opposition wearing CDC t-shirt is common in Liberia. But the fact that this party is an institution that is new to put people together, to talk to people, to come out in the droves to vote. The fact is, was seen today. This chairman has been saying they will bring a lot of people on the streets. T-shirt, limited. The 1 million t-shirt that they brought were limited. People printed their own t-shirt. We saw white t-shirts. We saw people with different t-shirts, but they had to print it and come out to join in solidarity of endorsing this president. And I think CDC is not, like I said, CDC is not just sitting and complacently and saying, okay, the number we saw other will give us the will be interpreted into votes. I don't think that's what CDC is saying. I think CDC is saying we must go from house to house, from county to county, district to district, town to town, and mobilize and bring our people out to vote on the 10th of October.
If you were providing counsel to the president or the CDC, the organizer campaigns inside or here, what do we expect to see in the coming days and week on the part of the president? Now it is official, it becomes official today that President George Weah is asking. In the past, it was just conversations in the air, but it is official today that he will be on the ballot. What next we will expect this president to be doing in the coming days and week?
It's continue to solidify the base, to bring the different political parties that are part of the coalition together so they can come with one understanding, to continue the momentum.
Still being part of that conversation? You think they're
going
to do you think they're still going to engage Prince Johnson?
Well, to be honest with you, this politics, Prince Johnson been talking here and there. Who knows what he wants? I mean, if he wants to come to the table, they're going to extend.
Do you think he wants something? You throwing this tantrum, political tantrum?
Well, I think that political tantrum, and it's very premature. But again, it's about numbers. Our politics is a number game, and if they can extend olive branch to him and be the bigger picture, be the bigger person in the room, let's CDC extend an olive branch to him and see what he wants, and if he wants to come back and they can compensate him.
Should they bring Prince Johnson back in your view?
Well, like I said, every drop of water make a mighty ocean. Prince Johnson has a very good constituency in Nima County. And there could be some of the defining factor to this president victory. And if you're willing to come on, I think CDC should extend olive branch, continue talking with him.
According to Recifer, and I have to validate this information, but I'm just going to quote him as it was mentioned here, that CDC has lifted a hand in Nima County. That is to give a political undercut or to diminish the popularity of Senator Prince Johnson. In as much I do not agree with his talking point, with his old war drum beat, whatever he did, but the fact here to remain, Prince Johnson is a political figure to reckon with when it comes to Nima. With the president, the guy who introduced him to Nima County in the last time around, and they were all moving in the open town. My sons got his anointing or blessing, whatever way. With the president this time go around to turn his way against Prince Johnson with this guy, do you think that's going to happen?
Like I said yesterday, I said Nima County is a battleground now. It's a battle county where everybody tried to get piece of Nima County politically. Before it was Prince Johnson who was the godfather. We got different actors in Nima County. So Prince Johnson coming out to say, I think we're gonna run, we're gonna get into the race, we're not supporting the coalition anymore, blah blah blah, and the whole nine. Yeah, you don't expect CDC to sit on surprise. You expect CDC to peak in, and whether we get 1 or 2 votes in there, it's a plus. At least we heard something from down there. But I mean, with much talk with Senator Prince Johnson, and he's still been adamant that he's gonna he is candidate in the election, he's not going to support the CDC. Well, it's all left with CDC, and I support the idea that CDC can go out there and try in Nima County. Everybody trying, and don't be surprised that what Ambassador Dan said will come true, because the Nima people have seen development in the first time in most of their lifetime. Because Nima County is a youthful county. Most of the young people start to see paved road under this administration. I mean, if you look at it, we're following the news in Nima County, development, schools. I didn't know all that about Nima County. His Google Roosevelt Don came out here and gave it out. You understand? So we're talking about massive development in the county. Whether it started from the past administration and end up into this administration, the fact that it is being carried out under this administration is a plus for the people of Nima County. And I think the people will not be ungrateful. The people want more development. They will vote for this president so that this president can continue the development in Nima County. That every road in Nima County will have Act 4 on it. Every street that connecting different cities in Nima County will be connected. There will be farm to market roads so people can bring their product in. Remember, Nima County is one of the bread basket of Liberia. And if the farm to market roads are connected, we're talking about Liberia can be self-sufficient in food production with the kind of agriculture program that this president is undertaking. And so it's a win-win for Liberia. And I just feel bad on this president. I mean, this Senator Prince Johnson will put his personal interest first instead of the people of Nima County.
I don't expect you to come forth with this one here, but for discussion purposes and for the good of the country, you as a pro-government supporter, do you think the opposition has the capacity to wage an effective argument campaign against this president?
Well, brother. I mean, if you can sit here and tell me some of the negatives, I mean, real negative done by this government, then the opposition can make the opposition. Who are the opposition? Who are they? How can a united party question CDC? They got no moral ground. They even question CDC. When it comes to health, they got no moral ground. When it comes to corruption, they got no moral ground. You understand? When it comes to development, they got no moral ground. Who is the ANC? We talk about the ANC, the United Party, and LP. New Kids on the Block. They were 7% this going election. They have reduced to probably 30%.
Are they still to that percent?
They have reduced to 30%. The fact we saw it in Montserrat County, the entire suffering or rally they have. They have reduced to like 30%. You know, so I mean, how can they make argument with this president? They cannot. They cannot. So you know, like I said, we are re-elected based on his tangible. He does not have to make an argument to anybody. He's tangible. They are visible. The people are going to elect him. Just imagine the winning of Montserrat County. Then you go to the winning of Bon County, the winning of Nima County, the winning of just look at the auxiliary groups.
In the next few minutes here, let me put a number out here. Hopefully we can get 1 or 2 calls to get reactions of Liberians in and outside of Liberia, what to make up the nomination, and what to think. Sedition has their own, they have their own say to this. But let's see here what ordinary Liberian non-partisan, what do it do? I'll be putting the number out here right now. The number is also available via WhatsApp. Just in case you want to call, you can call and have your 1 or 2 word here. A few seconds, a few more minutes, we're going to be here. Try to profile to what has happened in Liberia today. The President of the Republic of Liberia, Dr. George Manan Weah, has officially accepted the nominations of his party, and now he's going to be seeking re-election. Now I can say with crystal clear that the president is going to be here. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me get this number here. It's coming from neighboring to Massachusetts. Caller Ty, good evening and welcome.
Hey, Mr. Soul, this is Dwalu, man. How you doing?
Dwalu, Ty. Okay, now both of us, we can argue now, right, that the president is seeking re-election. Quite interesting. And I'm quite sure you are news freak like myself. Like I mentioned, politicians, they don't admit anything wrong. Everything can be okay here. Let me hear from you. What did you gather today?
Yes, I listened to the brother Don, and I want to say hi to my brother, my own relative in the studio, Mr. Ketor. How you doing, bro? So listen,
no bad, bro.
Don spew a lot of lies on your show. Most of the road construction projects will be gone way before 2018. These are record. President Weah has not sourced. He has not gotten any money from anywhere to construct any road in Yuma County. You should not lie to the public. The records are all out there. The other thing I want to point out also, Mr. So you were talking about the estimations for ATS Stadium. I think ATS holds between 8,000 to 10,000 people normally, under normal circumstances. Okay, this I would give to CDC. They had a great amount of people that came out for the departure ceremony of President Weah because he's out there.
Oh, what I mean, Dwalo, you say what? I don't know. I think you and Kent are going to fall apart. You said departure?
No, it's a fair way to give today. This man is gone. He's a massive burden to this country. That's another thing. Talking about the show, one day I will come on and I will I will come on, we discuss this in length because we have to talk about this country.
Right.
So maybe the total estimate across that stadium today, approximately 17,000 to 20,000 people. If you look at the square footage of the stadium, that's my guesstimation. Anybody can come out with theirs as well. Now, Mr. Ketel stood in the studio talking about maybe 1 million people. CDC entire vote in 2017 did not reach 1 million people. I think it was around 600,000 people. The entire vote that voted for CDC. This is an incumbent president that have massively failed the country, massive corruption. This president has stolen from the Liberian people. He continued to make music while every single indicator in the country continues to fall apart. And then we have the likes of Ketel and Dara. I don't know who makes it an ambassador talking about Nima County is all right. And they're having all these projects in Nima County. These are the very people that are enjoying the facilities of a Western location, and they don't want the location to come to our homeland. And we have literally a man that is being deified that have contributed nothing to Liberia's elevation. President Weah is a danger to this country. This man must go. This man must go yesterday. Thank you so much.
Okay, no, hold on 1 second. He must go today, go yesterday. Going saying A and A happening or being perfected into action to Dwalo, that's another thing. Now, you also involved in the conversation, the political conversations on the drive with Liberia. Does the opposition have the capacity to coin, to reconstruct, or to define this administration in the context that the ordinary person, not necessarily in Monrovia, but in Grangida, in Maryland, in Sino, in River G, they will understand what is happening? Do they have the capacity to do that?
I would say yes, but they have not been able to put that together. This is my issue with the opposition, especially from the Boaca camp, the Cummings, and the Gunlow camp. Whether they can actually relay this message to the rest of the country. And I will give them that. But President Weah caters to the very bottom of our society, where he believes by giving the kids drugs, that Moba Molu said, by giving them alcohol. This is something they're doing for our society. They're breaking the society down. This cannot be about President Weah. It has to be about the totality of our society. Mrs. Sulu, I'll tell you something like this. President Weah does not care about leadership. He does not care about moving the country forward. What President Weah cares about is the fanfare of the office, and not the responsibilities that come with our office. This makes a danger to this country. And my only prayer, I hope our young people can see this. Look, President Weah by himself, at his height, CDC's height, they could not win more than 28% of the votes. The only time they won 37% was during the collaboration with the MPP and the MDR with Alice Tyler's father. They could not win. Now, given the way he has ruled, there is no way. I will be shocked, given that Nima County is already gone. I will be shocked if President Weah can win more than 20% of the vote. The numbers bear this out. This is not just talking. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. Mozzarella County registered 777,503 people in 2017. 5% of that number is 38,875. I want you to listen very carefully. The entire stadium, ATS, could not host more than 20,000 people, even if you squeeze them in like sardines. I gave them 20,000 people. The entire voting population is out there. Almost 1 million people out of Mozzarella County. 777,000 people.
Caller, hold on 1 second. So let me just after this one.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Duala. All right, okay, let me see here. Ketoja, hold on, let's get a few reactions for ordinary Liberians monitoring what is happening in your motherland. Let me see here. Oh, hold on one second. I hope I didn't screw it up here. Okay, let me come to these numbers here. Calling here 4445 number 824 now. Caller, are you there? What's your name and where you calling from?
How are you, Mr. Soul? This is actually Prince Camara from Pennsylvania.
Okay, let's hear from you. Let me just bring in Riverside Pro here as well. Let's see here. Yeah, go ahead from Pennsylvania, and then we'll come down to the number. What's your view based on what you saw happening today? Let's hear from you.
I would just like to say that turnout was outrageous and impressive by the ruling party and the seditions that showed up.
Okay.
What is crazy is that the opposition, they're living a fantasy. If that number in attendance does not scare them, and they want to sit and keep propagating on social media, they're delusional.
Who now? The opposition?
The opposition, yes, and these propagandists.
So what is lacking in the opposition bill?
And one thing I would like to attribute to that is the 1 million figure. The 1 million is just a figurative. It's figurative.
Okay.
So you cannot base your opinion on that number. But the turnout was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it was an impressive turnout to admit. What I was transitions I was just doing. So what is lacking within the opposition?
They're actually at this point we're just dysfunctional, and they're actually lazy. They're not doing anything but bigotry.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
That's all I would like to say.
Thank you so much for chipping in here. Let's go to Phoenix, Arizona, the homeland of former Senator late John McCain. That's somehow a strong ground. 602 number 5533. Are you there, caller? What's your name?
Yes. Hello, Mr. So this is Becca One calling from Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay, let's hear from you.
Yes. I think today what we saw in Liberia, I think the CDC did indeed put out quite a number. And like the brother that just left said, the opposition should be startled, should be scared, should be worried. I think when it comes to the 1 million number, I think the CDC did not tell the story that it should be. You know, when you say you're going to put out 1 million people, you should say all over Liberia, right. And you should be able to cover every county, so that we can be able to count at least 1 million. But to say that you pull out 1 million people and just leave it like that, hoping, guessing that it's going to be at the ATS, I think it was a failure. And when the brother said it was figurative, you don't do figurative in politics because people will hold you at that. And the number was not 1 million, but it was quite a number. Now let's go to Roosevelt Down's story. You know, like you said, Mr. So, politicians in Liberia, they don't take responsibility for their failures. They always say nothing wrong, but when the other people are in the power, then now everything is wrong.
Right.
You know, Mr. Dan said that, he's going to put Prince Johnson out. Okay, let's see how that plays out. But we know it's not going to work. We know it's not true. And then when he said that, he was supporting the same Prince Johnson, hoping he would change. Only for us to find out today that Prince Johnson killed a huge number of Liberians. And
he has appeared on this level
in my
before.
Mind,
that's my first time hearing you saying those things.
Exactly. And what I was playing in my mind here was that when did this man kill these people? Is it after he fought out with CDC or prior to that? So now we are just, like you said, our politicians are very deceptive. It's killing our country. I know politics is a game and it's a mind game, but hey, sometimes you just have to mix it up, at least with a little bit of truth. We've been saying this war crime code thing, and you were supporting this man. He was defending this thing, according to you, quote unquote. that you're hoping for this man to change. They say you want the man to be remorseful. And then today we are hearing that he killed this kind of people in Limba County because he got a disagreement with CDC. Is that yesterday that he killed those people or during the war? Because I don't know.
Should we believe? Not to interrupt you, should we believe him?
No. Look, you are a very educated man. To be honest with you, I would not believe that story. To be honest, I would not.
Can I, brother? So can I just give the information?
That the man fought out with CDC all of a sudden he killed that many Limarians, and that's supposed to be the campaign message that you carry across the. Is that the message that you're going to use to boot the man out? The man you voted for 18 years. So you see, that's the problem with our country. Our politicians are very deceptive. When they want something, then everything is rosy. We all know that the CDC government, for me, I'm a supporter of the CDC. I can say that. But hey, given what we see now, I mean, there's some things that we must be asking. Did we meet the people's expectation? No. But did we not do our best? Yes. I mean, is it hard to say as a politician to just say, oh, everything is good and nothing wrong because we build roads?
What is so difficult, my dear brother, to find people taking responsibility? To be honest, I mean, because that comes with a sense of repentance and doing the right thing. Yes, this was the expectation, and I know you guys expected this, but this is XYZ here. But I think I am on course now. Give me a second hint. What's wrong with that?
Exactly. What's wrong with that?
Okay,
that's the question we kept asking. What is seriously wrong with that? But in my opinion, what is wrong with that is that our people, especially the politicians,
the red barrel is back. The red barrel is back. So let me just, I think you wake up Ambassador Dan, even though we're about to go. But let me give you a fairness. That's what we do on this network here. But make your point.
Yeah, I think what is wrong with that is our politicians, they just believe, somehow they are concluded that when they continue lying to us, we will just accept everything. And unlike you and other people who are well educated, who are looking at the argument and questioning the logic in the argument, they think that most of us will not ask this question. So they just go ahead and keep lying and somehow hoping or maybe believing in their own mind that, yeah, the people will accept it and let's move on. And that is unfair to us. That's my point.
So don't go. I want you to hear exactly, because this guy said he was running, but it looked like he was listening and something cousins to reappear. And I'm giving him opportunity to set the record. Ambassador Dan.
Yeah, Mr. So okay, are you getting me?
Yeah, I'm getting you. Keto are going to be coming to you in a few minutes. A caller coming in here. And let me just, maybe I can paraphrase it or see that. But the caller is dead. Can you ask those questions when Ambassador Dan got to know that, as he alleged, those people killed by Prince Johnson? Is it recently after the political marriage? I don't know who cheated on who or how can. You want to ask him that question, so we're giving the opportunity to hear from him?
Yes, I want to ask Ambassador Dan. When did he realize that Mr. Johnson, the senator of Niba County, PYJ, murdered this many people as you claim? Is it during the war or after the fallout with the CDC?
Thank you so much. That's just a beautiful question. You know, what we are doing here is we are not going at Prince Johnson, Senator Prince Johnson, because he fought out of CDC. The reason is that, let me show you the example. Let me just give you the example quickly. When you see your child doing something and you advising the child, or you going there, you picking in food, can you stop this? And the child is saying that, no, I will not stop. The best place you need to shame that child or that child is to bring it to public. We know our father, what he did. You think we don't know? We know.
So Wayne, that's the question.
We know.
When did you know?
I told you, I have been supporting. I know about it ever since. And not before I know it. But my goal has been for him to reconcile with the people of Liberia, to show some remarks and say, oh, this thing I did. But everything you listen to Senator Johnson, which of course, he tells people that it is his achievement, is he killed people that wanted to kill Liberian. And if you continue to say that, we gave you 18 years. If that is true, that you kill, now we gave you 18 years. Can you say that now the other people who kill in Nimba so we can help them too? Because we want to reward everybody who killed in Nimba. Senator Johnson left Nimba County 1991 after he killed some Kanye Doe. He left. And we fought the war by ourselves. We were by ourselves. He was not there. He came later. Now everything that happened, let rebel enter in Uganda in 2003. I was in Nimba County. We know who they help us. So now Senator Johnson, he continued to brand that he killed. So we continue to reward him. So now we, the young people, now we are decided to say, enough is enough. The killing he did, we are getting 18 years. Let him relax and leave. Also, we can reward all the people who did the killing.
So knowing what you know now, you were wrong at the time when you took that decision of supporting him, correct?
Actually, what I was looking at was not wrong. What I was looking at was looking for somebody who will show remorse to something that he did.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I cannot continue to call that right where I'm looking for peace.
So then what is the deal of saying I made a wrong decision? I'm sorry, but I thought this guy would have done that. That's not what you want to say. And that's just a political tone. You politicians.
No. Actually, I won't say that. I didn't do anything wrong. Mr. So I can see you and somebody having confusion. I come there and say, my man, let me help you. Can we do this thing? If you tell me no and you continue to show up a defense, can I say I will run to come reach out to you?
That's not, it's not applicable to what we are talking about. You
no,
knew
that's
it. The guy asked you a question. You knew this thing here, the action by this brother here. So I would guess perhaps there was sort of total assurance given to you. And maybe you would come back, look, I trust you, I want to give you a second chance. And I believe everybody has second or 10 chances in life.
Right.
Now, it did not happen. So then what is the deal of you coming back now to tell her, look, this guy, he promised me all going to be done, but he has not done it. I who gave my support, I'm sorry, I didn't, he is not of the world, so I'm taking my support back. That's not what you want to admit.
I don't have to apologize for that. I'm only saying I will try to come in as a peacemaker, and everything I have tried, I have failed. So what I need to do to back up and say, okay, those of you who calling for this thing, you go ahead with it because they may take this thing. We try to come in to intervene, but still, you still putting on defense. What would be my begging people? I didn't have to apologize.
That's the same defense you are putting on now, Ambassador.
So what do you actually want me to say?
Not what I want you to say, but to do the right thing.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. This is why some of the radio talk show hosts and other people.
Listen, Senator. Sorry, Mr. So. Thank you. Because I said a similar thing on the radio station in Nimba County. So I can say the same thing here.
Let's hear it.
I withdrew my support from Senator Johnson and apologize for everything that I did to go in a defense for why he did saying he had not been able to show remorse. I said it on the radio station, you can play it. So I will openly say today that I apologize to the people of Liberia for coming in the defense of Senator Johnson for the killing that he did. And now I will join the people who will be calling for the War and Economic Crime Court so that he can go and go defend himself. Send everything he did, it was a defense, let him go so that he can go prove.
Thank you so
much. What we're going to be doing.
When you go make that argument now, then it will resonate because your voice added other people and they try to give him a second, third, fourth chance. And don't get me wrong, we are all, no one is infallible. But the idea, radio hosts, politicians, so-called advocates, they supported some of these people who took part in the election last year, called their names, all kinds of things. They have not even come back to the Liberian people. They are on the other side now, pressing other people. This is crazy, and they expect the country to overcome all of these things. They don't want us to talk about it. World time has caught up with us here this evening. I like that apology that if I meet you, I will come to Wakense and then we can get a glass of beer before you go. Before you go for it. Okay. Let me
before I close quickly. This Duado man try to say what I was lying. The man I'm from Nimba County. How can you come and tell me that I'm lying? Everything that if I
that Nimba thing you were talking about, we're talking about.
No, he said the role, the development. I was saying I was lying. I don't know why he's trying to say. Right. Because well, I did not see people on motorbike showing you the road between Saglepi and Ganda or between Saglepi and Senikole. Are you not mentioning things on Facebook?
Yeah, but showing it doesn't necessarily.
I will show you a video right now. Let me show you a video. Let me show you a video.
Hold on 1 second. We can't go to ready this here. River Says Pro, are you there? River Says Pro. River Says Pro, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Mr. So.
Okay, go ahead, make your point quick before we wrap up. I go back to the guests.
Yeah, my man, you came in the line for long, but anyway.
Yeah, sorry. My apologies.
I gotta get a $500 suit so I can appear on the show.
You want to do what?
Anyway, I said I gotta get a suit. I want to appear on the show, but I need a $500 suit. You know, we are supporter. We are.
So
you know,
who about to sue me?
Yeah, you gotta. Anyway, look, Mr. So, look, the opposition continue to be in denial. You know, they continue to be in denial. That's a problem. I always tell people, if you're alcoholic or you're a drug addict, your first step is to admit that you are alcoholic. Then you will be able to solve your problem. As long as these people, they continue to be in denial. Let me tell you, they will always face this kind of problem. They call these people stupidation. George Weah calls them national treasure. They tell the people, you're not educated, you're illiterate. Look at George Weah today. He said, the people say, we don't want you to put the whole crowd, the people gravitate towards it. The opposition have to recalibrate. They don't even know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know. These people are resonating towards George Weah. And let me tell you something, Mr. So, you know, I heard Bird talking about, you know, one of my smart pastors, brother, you know, commerce and other things, businesses. I heard him talking about numbers. Numbers are not constant. Let me tell you, Cummins had 7% the last time. I believe Cummins will pass or 7%. These numbers are not constant. And when you look what is going on now, Liberians are the most predictable people I've ever seen. You know how they say, oh, election is on. These people say, you kill my mother, you kill my father, I'll vote for you. They did. They say, no money, we want they don't. They did. Whatever Liberian people tell you, take them for it. These people, they have an unconventional way of voting. And people like Dwalu and other people are overlooking it. They come try to use Western ideology, Western mentality, try to calculate numbers. That stuff don't work over there. Let's look at these people. What you see them doing today, it is what they will do election. 99.9.
I think we lost Brother Soul. I guess.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think we lost Brother Soul. Oh, he's coming back.
You know, and you know what the Prince Johnson thing. You know, I was a little bit busy. So a friend of mine told me. He said, "Oh, do you know that?" He said he saw it. He was standing for it. I said, "Wow." The fact that George Weah sent Jefferson Koji, if it's true, to send it for it, it's an act of defiance. They defying Prince Johnson. Back when Mr. Sobon was growing up, we used to draw the line in the same pew. We said, we dare you. That's what they're doing. Jefferson Koji is a militant. He and Moluba Molu, those are the militant wings. Those are the recruiters. The fact that it's Sonic Quarter, that's the capital city. When they say it, that is symbolic. That is symbolic, even though, you know, people say, oh, Sonic Quarter gone. But at the last time, Prince Johnson was with George Weah, and George Weah didn't win Nima County. So, I mean, what is Prince Johnson? George Weah would tell the man, but the last time we didn't win Nima County. So, what is your significance? I mean, what do you bring to the table? We may probably lose Nima County again, but then at least we get a good chunk of Nima County. That is George Weah calculation. So, that is what is going on right now. The opposition, they're not getting it. They're still living in dreamland, using Western knowledge, you know, to equate it to our politics. They will be shocked. It will be a shock. Let them sit down there. They will know themselves.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, guys, your participation. Thank you so much. We're going to be wrapping out here. 602, do you have a final word before I let you go?
Yes, Mr. Steele, thank you very much. You know, I like how Ambassador Dan came back, you know, and then when you hold him to the fire, and he finally confessed and decided to apologize. You know, that's why you're supposed to have done from the beginning. The tendency of just continually lying to our people and just hoping that we would all fall for it. I mean, a lot of us, we are critical thinkers, and especially Liberia, people are underestimating that country and think that, you know, as it was in the days of social AD, in the end, it's not going to work this time around. So this time when you come in, like we said, this 2023, we're going to be questioning the logic in the argument. We're not going to be voting people again because they just gave us sweet talk. We have enough of this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. What time has caught up with us yet? Ambassador Dan, Wharton, you wanted to respond? You wanted to mention something?
Yes. Like I said last night, there are some things that we know because we live in bone mines when Taylor captured bone mines. We stay in bone mines till Prince Johnson came and captured bone mines. We saw what Prince Johnson did in bone mines. What Ambassador Dan said is not a lie. It's not a lie. We saw. After this show, I can give you somebody's number that you can call. They live in Massachusetts. They will tell you how their father was slaughtered right before their eyes. The wife is there. And we saw things that it's not kidding. 2 trucks load of dead bodies. The mess hall and guest hall. They were all Liberians, Zimbabweans, everybody mixed up in there. Jolly. They were executed. We saw all the people who live in Burma. You go to Burma, they will tell you the story about what happened in Burma. And that's something that they say. So when people talk, they say we don't want to bring on earth these things because it's something that we saw with our own eyes. Prince Johnson cannot say we lie on him. Prince Johnson entered Burma. He spent 3 days in Burma and he left and went Monrovia. He has made us to come to the bus stop. We saw those things. But that's not even the point of Prince Johnson. Right now, we are saying Nima County is a battle zone. Prince Johnson does not have grip in Nima County as he used to. Nima County is completely a battle zone. And that's what we're trying to say to Liberian people. My brother Dwalu came and was going back and forth with President Weah. Everybody singing their one song. He's a criminal, he did, but they cannot show one single evidence to say this person is a criminal. You can't show it. The number today, like I said to you, that stadium holds 10,000 people, where the sitting capacity, 10,000. But look at the number that were on the playing pitch. Look at the number that were outside of the field, outside, I'm talking about on the streets. Streets in the capital city. Then the spontaneous gathering of people around the country. They tell you that CDC is ready for something, and that something will be delivered come the 10th of October. Take it to my bank. Now Akara's Great Bank. Take it to my bank. We will come back on the same show.
What a pain for your
I will give you the pin. Don't worry. You might see you. You might see you. So I'll give you the pin. Don't worry.
All right. Okay. So, Ambassador, what's your final message before we go?
Thank you so much. Let me make my closing statement quick. Thank you so much. These are some of the things we need to be happening among us here. Thank you so much for your time hosting us here today. And like my brother Whitaker regularly said, Nima County is a battleground zone. You know the battleground zone in the state of, in fact, in the United States, right?
Oh, yeah.
Nima County having to be one. But I tell you no lie, after October 10, there will be no godfather in Nima County. The next people that will be hearing their name will be Ambassador Dan.
Oh boy.
I'm not bossing, you know. The new breeds of leadership that coming in Nima County, Ambassador Dan will be among one of them. In fact, he will be among them.
When you get there, don't change your number.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm a child. I don't bend my head down. When I start thinking, I should see the end.
I having your brother as my state witness now. Keto, will you stand as a witness for me when this guy changes his number when he gets there?
Write it down. I don't joke with you when I'm saying it. I mean it. What I'm saying, I mean it.
I will be the one to put the papers who can repetition the movie from that.
All right. Thank you.
So you know what happened today in Senegal? I want to say thank you, and we'll come by here again. We'll continue to come by because the election will not go nowhere. I'm going to Liberia soon. If we'll continue, I will be there. You will be hosting me.
Oh, no problem.
But I'm sitting now here. My campaign is relaxed. I got the friends of Roosevelt. The CDC grew there. Nobody, CDC had never suffered in district number 8. But because of my presence, look, people coming from all the political parties, they coming to CDC. I don't know.
Do me a favor.
You were wide and see. I tell you, I'm the second godfather in Nima County. I'm joking. The second godfather in Nima County. That him said it now. You will soon see it for yourself.
Okay.
I mean it.
Do me a favor, Ambassador. I will try to look up about the new persons who has been appointed against Senator Johnson. Can you?
Okay, we'll talk behind the scene because I don't want to expose the man so they can be one thing.
Why you?
But the man he had done significant work. He from the larger Geo ethnic group. So that kind of style we want to put somebody on Prince Johnson, not from the minor group because we're not many.
I want to have a conversation with him.
That's the play we want to get somebody to deal with him, with Ambassador Dan behind him. I will be on the air, I will be on the ground. Photo. That mean, yeah. And we the one man holding the man who say we don't want you again. Where do we go?
All right, but please share his contact. Don't your
brother so
here.
I will do that. I will do that. So thank you so much.
You following the trend? You find the comment?
I mean, there are a lot of things going on.
Our message say is you won't come in, but you can't bring it in here.
Don't bring the man here to dilute our talk. That man, he also child. Don't bring the man here to dilute our talk. I beg you.
The only reason the men are analysts here, the only thing he's not coming because we already wrapped.
No, don't bring the man here to dilute our good thought today. I beg you. Bring him another time, please. Don't make the man to come store everything that's going. Someday when we get good thing, now continue good thing. I beg you. We can't mess it up with bad thing.
Let the red bearer have their day today.
The man frustrated already bring right. You know what you're gonna do? Probably you will start doing something else.
Okay, all right, okay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Joe. I'm leaving you guys now. Thank you. I appreciate everything. Thanks.
Okay, yeah, actually we're going. I would just wanted a quick reaction. Okay, Keto, thank you so much for your time this evening. By God's willing, we'll be back here. We're going to be following what is happening and see what next. But Ambassador, we're getting in touch. I really need to know that the new phase they're going to be going against Senator Prince Johnson is important. I want to know his agenda, what his message is going to be for Nibai.
That's true. That's true. I will bring him to you. I will bring him to you. Don't worry about it. I will bring him to you.
Okay, then. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
All right. Okay, cut out, man. Thank you so much for your time. This any final word?
Oh no, I mean, thank you, and I'd just like to say thanks to the people of Liberia for showing their support massively for this president, and let's keep the momentum going.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Ooh, folks. I check. I wanted to check that. All right. Well, don't worry. Dan say he wants to have his day today. He doesn't want to have a bad dream, but at least Dan was able to make a confession here today after whatever he said, and we put in the caller from Phoenix, Arizona, and I think that's why we all must be held accountable to up to standard. We can't have it both ways. You can't have it on the other end, and then you say you want to do it on the right hand. No, I think we all be it host, politicians, advocates, we must all be held accountable of our saying, things that we say, things that we utter, and things that we throw out there. No one is infallible. But it's like African politicians in general are unapologetic. It's wrong. It is a big deception to the democratic process. They are always right. They are never wrong. I don't know where that comes from. And it also goes to radio hosts, talk show, commentators, all. They supported people yesterday. Yes, you have the right to make that political switch. But there were things that you said, and people still vividly remember those things. And you yet to come back to say, yes, I was wrong when I took this decision 2, 4, 5, 6 years ago. And you dine with the same people that are there now. For whatever reason, political disagreement factor in. Or perhaps you were not accommodated as anticipated. So then you come, you want to demonize these people, that they are dangerous to the society, to the state. Okay, let's take it on that face value that they are. But then why you decide to hook up with them? Why you were the agents of their message? And a lot of people, you managed to persuade a lot of people, and they trusted them, and they give them state power. And now you are getting to realize that they are alligators, they are dangerous to do business with, and you have to tell us that your decision was wrong then and now. You're advocating for other people. That is a double standard, and we need to stop that. Or people that you support, let them be held accountable. I don't want to have a conversation knowing what I know now. You knew it and you refuse on purpose because of political correctness or because there's something in it for you. So you defended them, you protected them. You were able to reconstruct their message. You were able to recoin their message, and you managed to convince significant numbers of Liberian people, and their votes were entrusted in those people. And then you come back to us. They are this, they are that, without you providing tangible explanations. That is a deception in high places. And so we have to be holding people accountable for that. Moving forward in the 2023, journalists, journalists, podcast hosts, commentators, moderators, anger, we all have a shared responsibility to make Liberia to be what it is. Until then, we're going to be drinking a curtain down here. Most likely, I'm getting to Senator Sir Joseph could be here, but we're going to finalize that arrangement tomorrow. I am Afonso Zienso. Have a pleasant evening. Join us. And that's what the songwriter says. We should not be enemies. We are friends. We are all Liberians, but honesty is very key. People put their hands on the other side. They profess to be the good guys, but they are bad. They are rotten. They are ugly inside. They covered their actual self, faking, subliminal messages, falsehood, innuendos, for political purposes or political premises, gain, because there's something inside. And I've said this over and over. Do not allow someone to speak for you. Speak for yourself. Be your own advocate. That is guaranteed. Politicians, they lie. They are not honest, and that's what they are trained for. Nobody wants to hear their ugly side. You will not give that vote. So they make sure the structure something makes it looks like a mirror, spotless, blameless, bleach it fine, and then they come to you. So if you don't ask them the questions, then you are equally doing the service to our country. So it is not only the politicians, all of us, supporters. They know it is wrong, but they are in defense. They become a defense antonym to these people. Simply, they will become member of the office staff when they become senator or becomes a representative. So this double standards is everywhere. When will we stop this for the good of the country? It is time to start holding these people that are expiring for the higher office. This is the official residence of the President of the Republic of Liberia. I want to start having a conversation to where their economic plan, their infrastructural plan, how much they intend to invest into education, agriculture. Since Samuel Doe, he is the only president that launched and tries to prioritize that Liberia should be the country to feed herself within the Green Revolution plan. Since then, nobody has talked about it. You have, I know, Fulani or Sapanim brothers and whatever, but yet and still they want to be president, and they cannot tell us the reason why they want to be president, why we should move what we have now to put them there. You have to make that argument convincing to me. I have to see it. You have to walk it. You have to talk it. There should be no double standards. You can say this one is supposed to be with this person, and then you embrace those other individuals. Then what difference does that make? Hillary Clinton says. But until we can ask these people, we need to start looking at their agenda, their platform, because this is what we're going to hold them on. How much you intend to invest into education? How do you intend to downsize government? How will you continue to manage with these 1,000 people, with the red barrels, with the black barrels, with the green barrels? If you are president, what becomes of them? Will you leave them? What is your plan for them? We are not having that conversations. We are having a conversations of exhibitions. Of course, the drama, the theater in the country is a lot. I am not interested in that. If President Weah is actually asking for the second term, I want to have an opportunity to asking, okay, you are asking for second term. Why should I give my vote to you? What didn't complete the last time that you intend to complete? And if it is convincing and if it is arguable and he can defend it, I give my vote. If Joseph Boyka as well, who was also there once upon the time and presided over some sort of consequential one as well, can make that argument, that's fine. If Alec Cummings would be the change agent who will intend to do it differently than the folks that are there, then we arrive at that point. But until we can have all of these surrounding that constitute good governance, I want to know the kind of minister of justice that you're going to have who will visit cases and not keep them for the longest time. I want to see the kind of police commissioners the police commissioner that will be there for the country. You see what is happening here in this great nation? The former president, the former vice president house has been visited to search for classified document. That is not dangerous. That does not compromise the security of this country. Those are the kind of security gurus I want to see. I want to see their economic advisors as to how they're going to change the economy around. Other than they are the same people we yet to see until they can unveil themselves to outlet that they don't see that is friendly to them, and not just go to the play and spew all of these falsehood, that we can ask all of these questions and give them the opportunity to get the versions. We don't convert people here without giving them the opportunity to have this conversation. So we are reaching out to nearly everybody. Reaching out and accepting our invitations, that's a different thing that we do not have control over. We ask you, you want to come, fine. If you don't come, it's up to you. But you who supporting them, this is where these co-conspirators and collaborators comes in. You support people, they're doing something wrong. You were unable to tell them in their faces, but you know it is wrong. And yet you decided to stick with them because something potentially inside for you. Until we can come to a resolve to that and understand, we are not talking about their individual homes. We are talking about a sovereign nation, one of the oldest in the republic. We are talking about someone who will be making consequential decisions for over 5 million Liberians. We are talking about someone who will preside over the state of affairs, the security of the country. We are talking about someone who will preside over the economy of the country. We are talking about someone who will drive the infrastructural development of the country. We are talking about someone who will look at the educational sector of the country. And we are talking about overall the current president who will create the avenue for the country, Liberia, to feed herself. And we are looking to a president who will bring competence on board, not friendship. The government is not a susu club. Not everybody that support government must be accommodated in government. That I can tell you. They are competent, they are qualified. We want someone who will go, who might take a political risk to go outside of even of their party, but for the good of the country and bring people that will restore credibility in government. That's what we want. And that's what we're going to be advocating for. So I advocate for myself. Nobody can advocate for me because they do not know what I go through. I am the one that can tell you my pain, my agony, my dislike and like. No one does that better than I myself. So nobody advocate for me, no politician stand for me. When I support you, perhaps I believe in your policy at the time and I take that decision. But for long, that has been undone. So I'm not sure what I want to come to that point. I just love to have this conversation, give you the ability, the opportunity so that you explain yourself, what you represent and what you hope to bring to Liberia. Those are things that we must be talking to. Until then, The old man time has caught up with us here. It's 5:18 Eastern Standard Time right here at the New England Bureau. It is crazy freezing here, but I'm okay. And hopefully, wherever you are, protect yourself as well. Let's continue to pray for our country. Let's continue to love our country. Let's discuss these consequential issues, the bitterness, the good ones that will allow our people to make informed decisions. Let them know the risk involved. We shouldn't circumspect. We shouldn't guess that, oh yeah, this person knows it. And this is the little discouraging part here, both on the government and the opposition. You demeaned other Liberians, but yet and still you won their vote. How can that happen? You need sedition vote if you are unity partisan. You need ANC people vote when you are whatever they are contesting. Sedition, but they all don't see eye to eye. So what happened when it boils down to 2%? How can you make that appeal? You call them tiny sedition, you call them whatever ANC, you call them whatever names you can call them for Unity Party. So are you suggesting that when you become the president of the Republic of Liberia, you'll be a president for Unity Party or ANC or CDC that we are talking about? This bitterness, resentment, these leaders need to stand up and take the political risk regardless of the political price that they're going to be paying. They sit down, they allow their surrogates, they allow their other people to demean, to humiliate, and yet instead they hang up with these people here. How can I trust you to go in this building to make a decision for me? When Ivory Coast, Guinea, or Sierra Leone forces crossed, it means if you cannot contain single person who is your supporter, you want me to trust you when there's an incursion coming to Liberia that you think you can make good security decision for the good of the country? Hell no, that's not going to happen until we can see that. Like in the case of John McCain, who doesn't even know the supporter at his rally or making some ridiculous statement, and he took the microphone. This is not what my campaign to represent. How many of our politicians today have high-profile government officials? They sit down, they make ridiculous, absurd statements. The same thing goes to the opposition. They talk loose talk. And they say they want to go in capital, and they say they want to be ministers, and they say they want to hold other people accountable. How the hell are you going to do that? You think you can convince me? It is time to expose these ills in society. And we are in it to stay. We are in it to the day end. I'm not either suggesting that we are infallible or everything about all is white, pure like a white. Absolutely not. We will stumble down the road. What is important is to come back and rectify our mistake and tell the Liberian people I slept while I was on this marathon of keeping the conversations about Liberia. And Liberian people are good at giving you the second chance, but people are so defiant of their position, even if it is wrong. They want to show political strength or tie. They are like a Goliath is wrong. And this is why killing our country. Oppositions, do not take it lightly. The president spoke in court today. He was speaking to his base, and the seditionists have been very successful in doing that. That you have demonized them and put all of them in that basket of deplorable. And when the president said, I'm speaking in colloquia. As a communicator, I know exactly what the president was going. The president is trying to hold fire with those that he have. Remember the words of Minapano. Let's go back on the Sycamore tree. Literally today, in the context of that president, he's telling the people, let's go back. They are not only after me, they are after you. Those are the kind of soundbite politicians in a unique faction to communicate to their supporters. They say you don't know book. It speaks to the argument of sedition that they hate this president. Those are things that the president was trying to wrap up. If the opposition is unable to find a fine tune of their message as to how they can dislodge that, we will come to a surprise. It's not all about one term. One term is insufficient. You need to make an argument. I wouldn't be surprised if this president started jumping on the road, going to all the places and tell them they don't, what I'm doing, they don't like it. They don't want you to have coring. He conducted a tutorial class today. They say, I don't know a book, but let me put you out to say, test. 6 plus 6 equal what? And you heard the crowd went why? 12. Sit. Don't to do strategy as to how you can wage an effective campaign for the outside world to even look at you that you are serious opposition. Be acting stupid and be talking about who wearing $10,000 shoe, who wearing $50,000 shoe, and be reminding to Liberians of ill policy. Yes, the suffering. Why you want to replace with the suffering? Why you have to replenish of what we have now? If you can't have that conversation honestly, Liberian men get a saying, it better to be with your injured that you know the devil that you have than the injured that you are not saying. The president spoke in code, and we'll try to decode that language here now for you to know, to tell you it is your decision to accept or not. So when you're having your campaign, you're having your rally, focus on all of the negative instead of you telling what you are bringing to the table so that somebody will listen. Take 40 minutes, 2 hours of your time of the president's bad behaviors. You need to draw that contrast. That is not happening. So then what's the difference? He who can use can feed. Continue to devise. Don't put yourself together. And you think, if you give me a chance, I want to be in that house. Who doesn't want to be in that house? Who doesn't know about good life? Are you kidding me? Who doesn't want to be the Jefferson Koji? Who doesn't want to be the Sekou Carrasco? Why you think all of these people crying 24 hours on the network, advocating for these people or acting like a little chihuahua around here? Because the life of Carrasco and others have changed in a short period of time. So when they come and tell you, oh, I'm doing that for the Liberian people, that's a freaking lie. They are liars. They are liars. They are doing it for themselves because they want to be there. But they must do it with honesty and sincerity for the good of the country. Have a pleasant day. I'm Alfonso Z, and so bye.
It's the time to come together. Keep Liberia safe forever. So open up your heart and let the unity begin. Love is all we need to make it stand. Let's cultivate one another. Learn to live together as brothers and sisters. Without togetherness, we won't have a peace of mind. Unify and have